We know that we're living in a global economy today, but what does that mean for small businesses? Well, the African Diaspora Chamber of Commerce is talking about that today in Detroit at the DoubleTree Hotel. The topic: how can small businesses do business in Africa?
Pat McCants is the founder and serves as the president of the African Diaspora Chamber of Commerce.
The Chamber of Commerce invited special guests to learn about the aspirations of forging great economic partnerships between Michigan and Nigeria.
This is a very special event, and it's one that's very near and dear to my heart.
The chairman of the board, retired Admiral Peter Avulame from Abuja, Nigeria, couldn't make today's event, but outlined the mission in a letter.
Our mission is to advocate for humanity, fusing Africa and the African diaspora to rebrand, reshape, and revitalize the continent.
Pat McCants has a passion for educating people on the African diaspora.
The African diaspora, according to Dr. Leonard Jeffries, who anyone knows Dr. Leonard Jeffries, but he has been studying African American history for over 50 years. He is on the same level of a Marcus Garvey. Wikipedia says the African diaspora is a movement of the African people, those who were descendants of Africa through slavery, and those who decided to leave the continent seeking greater business opportunities. And it has been said that the African diaspora is a movement, and the movement is to help revitalize the continent of Africa. So when I shared that with Dr. Jeffries, he was like, yes, that sounds good, but there's one component that was missing. And that is the African diaspora just doesn't deal with post-Africans after slavery, but there were a group of Africans that left the continent seeking greater opportunities before slavery even began. So,
McCants is equally passionate about the revitalization of Africa.
Over the last 10 years, the United States have increased their exports to the continent of Africa by 200%. And not only have we increased our export and still haven't scratched the surface, they have increased, Africa, the continent, has increased their import into the United States of America by over 250%. And we have not scratched the surface. The opportunity that stands before you today is huge. We have Ken Harris with the Michigan Black Chamber of Commerce that I've been knowing Ken for years upon years. And we have others like Lee Green with the African Business Chamber of Commerce. And I can go on and on. But until we as an African people come together as one, become a bridge one to another, we're going to continue to spin our wheels.
The Chamber's focus is on economic empowerment, exchange, and education.
If you have not put your actual foot on African soil, and you think you're a bad brother and sister now, you're nothing compared to what you're going to be when you put your feet on grounds where your ancestors are from. And I tell everyone as I take my seat, I am, and I'm only talking for me, equally proud to be an American as I am to be an African. And the reason I'm equally proud because there was a purpose for my ancestors that only 10% made it across the Atlantic Ocean so that I could stand before you today loving on Africa, ready to go back home. And so we could tap into African Americans, the double portion blessing. We could be blessed in America, and we could be blessed in Africa. I just want to know who's going with me.
Uba Oga sees an opportunity for the U.S. to help meet the need of electrical energy in Nigeria.
The best way to predict the future is to create it.
The pilot venture with the Nigerian shopping mall is only the beginning.
The arena is an innovative idea all on its own. In conception and design, it's a departure from the traditional bush market operation known with military barracks existing all over Nigeria. It is the only market of its sort in West Africa, probably in all of Africa. When fully occupied, the arena overall asset worth will be far in excess of $500 million.
The goal is to rid the challenges the general population faces with American power solutions.
This kind of redevelopment in recent times is littered all over Nigeria across different sectors. Example, schools, hospitals, factories, estate for living quarters, etc. Unfortunately, all of these efforts are impaired by lack of electricity supply.
Before heading to Washington, D.C. to present the project, McCants wants to share the opportunity first with Michigan.
There are so many opportunities in Africa. And when we looked at Huba's presentation, we saw what the arena looked like at night. And I mean, there was literally nothing there, just little flickers. And that they're using $13 billion for alternative energy, such as diesel, gasoline, candles, flashlights. So now you have an opportunity, one, to see how massive the opportunity is.
There are many supporters of the electrical energy project, including Congressmen John Conyers and Hanson Clark, who sent representatives. Also, the mayor of Southfield, Brenda Lawrence. You're here supporting the African Diaspora Chamber of Commerce, and why is this so important?
It's important because it was a very powerful statement made that we as Americans can benefit in business, but also we're African Americans, and there's this whole level of opportunity that we haven't tapped into. And this is a catalyst to educate us and make us aware of the opportunities to do business. So it's very exciting.
We help small businesses here in the state of Michigan and also in the United States facilitate their exports abroad and especially in Africa. And we provide insurance to protect against non-payment for political and commercial risks. It's important because it's great for small businesses to expand, especially in the exports, and we're here to help them with their due diligence. So when they're taking a look at companies and they want to take that risk, we're here to support them and help them through it.
Eric Air gets involved in all of the African entities and will lend our support wherever we can to grow the economy of Africa.
The African Diaspora Chamber of Commerce is at the forefront of strengthening and facilitating commercial relationships between the African diaspora and the continent of Africa.
The commerce is really an education arm, and also all commerce have a responsibility to infuse economical growth within their membership. And we're new. We've been established, and we launched right here at the DoubleTree downtown Detroit by Hilton, March 30th of 2012. And the reason we chose this location because it's part owner by an African American. So it becomes very crucial to us as the African diaspora to demonstrate supporting ourselves as African people.
As you can see, Africa is open for business, and you can go to the website and find out how you can get involved. This has been Kim Betty reporting from the African Diaspora Chamber of Commerce.